Welcome back. Again, my name is Kaya Radin, and this is the fourth video in the series. If you could please take your handout and turn to page 6. We're going to be focusing on that section together. As a review, so far we've read and understood the test question, and we've read, annotated, and highlighted the reading selection that goes along with the exam. Step 3 is to plan your essay. So first of all, you want to think about the question given in the directions and write a one-sentence answer. This sentence will be your thesis statement, your main idea. This is very important. If you are not sure of the exact wording or you haven't organized your central idea yet, that's okay for now. You can brainstorm first and then write your thesis. The entire essay will be explaining and proving this one idea. So sometimes people create a thesis statement first, a main idea that describes to the reader what the essay is about, and sometimes people brainstorm first, they think of ideas, and they create the thesis statement later. Whichever you find easier would be quite acceptable. So for an example of a thesis, for the essay question given above, a student could write, "A career is important because it provides financial security and it allows people to get a break from their home lives." So notice that sentence is clear, it's short, and it includes all of the ideas that you'll write about in your essay. Think about how you will prove or explain your thesis. This is called brainstorming. Make a list of possible ideas. You do not have to write in full sentences or correct grammar. Focus on the ideas rather than writing perfectly. Only you will see this list. So what you're doing is you're just making a list of possible ideas or proof of your thesis statement, and then we'll choose the best later. So after you are done with your list, choose the best to use in your essay. Some students choose to include 3 ideas, some students choose more ideas. Each idea you choose will become the central idea for a paragraph or section of your essay. Do not choose reasons that are too similar to each other or will be hard to write about. So the reasons that you choose, you need to be able to write a paragraph about. So if they're too similar, that leads to redundancy or repeating yourself, and you want to avoid that in your essay. Here's an example of a student's brainstorming. Remember, there are many possible ideas and many ways of brainstorming. Good writers often disagree with each other and cannot think of every possible good idea. So in other words, this example will not look exactly like your example when you try this essay or when you're at the test. There's many possible ideas you could come up with and many possible ways of brainstorming. This is just an example. So let's look at this list on the bottom of page 6 together. So the student at the top wrote, "Why are jobs important?" So the student is just thinking of all of the reasons why a job could be important to somebody. First of all, there's money, financial security, macho pride, a sense of satisfaction, perhaps saying, "I'm doing something valuable," socializing with coworkers, get away from home, being a role model to kids, family obligation to take over business. So note a few important things. First of all, the brainstormed list does not include full sentences. Remember, you only have 1 hour to finish this test. So you really want to make sure that you do this as quickly as possible. So you just need enough information to remind yourself of the ideas. You don't need to write in full sentences. And you'll notice that the first two, money and financial security, are quite similar. This student decided that they were going to connect those two and make them one reason. Because if we wrote one paragraph about money and another about financial security, they would be too similar and we'd end up overlapping and repeating ideas, which again is something you want to avoid. The student also chose the 6th reason, which is get away from home. Because since the reading section, the reading selection, mentions that idea, that would be a good reason to include in your essay. And if you're actually writing this essay, you might choose maybe 1 or 2 additional reasons to include in your essay. So when you've chosen the reasons that you want to include, you can circle them for clarity, so that you remember what the reasons are. And now if you'll turn to page 7, we'll continue. So now you know the ideas you will include in your essay. You have your thesis, right? Remember earlier we wrote our thesis, which is a career is important because it provides financial security and it allows people to step away from the difficulties of their lives. And you know what each of your body paragraphs will be about. You are ready to write your essay. So notice all of these steps should be done before you start writing. Many students make the mistake of getting to the test and in 3 seconds start writing their essay. And what they find is that even though it seems like it will save them time, it ends up wasting time because they get to the 2nd or 3rd paragraph and they realize that their essay isn't well organized, it's not the best they could make it. So definitely we recommend to plan in these ways to first understand what the question is, then to read and understand the essay, and then annotate, and then you want to organize what your essay is going to be about. And again, this is going to save you time in the long run. So now we've planned your essay. The next step, in the next video, we're going to look for quotes to include in our essay, quotes from the reading. I hope this was helpful, and if you could either take a break, or you can go to the next video now.